Hello everyone out there on social media land. My name is Paul Cruz. I'm the founder and CEO of Cruz Business Solutions. What I want to talk about in this video, I want to talk about who I am and what's the purpose of my company, Cruz Business Solutions. So I'm going to start off with a little background. My background for 27 years, especially a majority of those years, I was a stockbroker, a venture capitalist. I own my own brokerage firm. Basically, I traded stocks. I manage funds like a mutual fund, but with stocks. I've taken companies public. I've done reverse merger. And basically, I was dealing with financing. I'm very excited about that. I love being the middle guy between the buyers and the seller. And then I transitioned to setting up corporations, doing asset protection, setting up entities, LLCs, corporations, etc. And at the same time, I was also helping build business credit, helping people get grant funding and business financing and doing business plans. Then I transitioned that into real estate. I did, quite a few REO. Anyone who's in real estate know what REO, bulk packages is. Basically, the bank has a package of properties they want to sell, and they use me and they hire me as a consultant to get the end buyer. So I represented the buyer that are buying the assets and the seller, the banks, and at times I dealt with real estate agents. At the end of the day, what I looked at, looking back, I was a problem solver. And this is going to lead me into Cruz Business Solution. I was selling websites to clients through other companies, and one of the problems I was running into is that all of the clients kept talking about social media. And to be honest with you, I was against it. It was like a red flag to me. Like, I want nothing to do with it. But someone recently, about 6 months ago, persuaded me that I need to keep an open mind. I said, you know what? Let me think about it. I was receptive to what he was telling me. I started learning about it, reading about it. And then I got really, really excited because I started seeing a vision. I said, you know what? There's something here. I just don't know what it is yet. So, just like I did in the past, when I was doing stocks and bonds and venture capital, I always did my due diligence in real estate. It's called feasibility study. So the bottom line is this: Cruz Business Solution is based on two principles and values. Number one, the first value and the first principle is about the fundamental truth. And the second part to that is that everything counts. And I'm going to tell you something right now. When I did my research on social media, I found out some things that were scary, but I loved it. Just like real estate. You look at a property, you buy, you make money in real estate when you buy, not when you sell, because you have to be able to see something that no one else sees, and you have to know what the exit is and what kind of potential profit you're going to make. I take the same thing with social media. So what I found out about social media is that 92% of people that are on social media are sheep for slaughter and not making money. When I found that out, I said, why is that? So I started looking into it. And again, it comes back to two things in life and in business. There's no other two things. You got cause and effects. For me, business solutions is about really solving problems. So I don't focus on the problem, I focus on the cause. Because if I solve the cause, guess what? I'm of value to my clients. So as I was doing my due diligence, I started looking at the competition and what everyone, you got a lot of companies selling websites, you got a lot of people doing, social media and giving you strategies and all that. You got these great websites, you got these great videos and people spending thousands of dollars, and that's fine. Because everybody wants to brand their business. So as I looked at that, I said to myself, can I really do this? And the second question, do I want to do it? And the answer to both of them was without a doubt, yes. So here's where Cruz Business Solutions came about. I said, I have to represent something. And one of the things that I've learned from my past experiences is you got to keep it simple. And so I call it real business talk. So I'm going to keep it real and honest. And when I went online, I really haven't seen any videos like what I'm doing right now. Because when I look at videos and I look at a company that want to hire me for my services, I have to buy into their business. I have to buy into them. That's why I limit the amount of clients I take. I only take about 5, 6 max clients every 2 months. Because I have to buy into their vision. I have to believe that I can really help these clients. So moving forward, through the cause and effect, I've been able to figure out what the causes are and then what the solution to those causes are. And it's very, very simple. So what I did was, I decided to come up with my background and say, how do I apply my investment background into social media? Well, so what I came up with is, what is Facebook? What is Instagram? What is Google+? What is the BBB? What is YouTube? What is Alignable and LinkedIn and YouTube? All of these vehicles have one thing in common. They're all, in my opinion, in my view, they are the yellow pages of modern day. Some people call them funnels. Some people call them fishing holes. I call them hunting grounds. Because at the end of the day, they all have clients. And here's what I learned in sales. Number one is, I'm a customer just like the customer I'm trying to earn his business or her business. Number two, I'm a business owner just like they are. And then together, we're trying to target and get customers that are business owners, right? So think about it. That was my mindset. So I said, okay, I have a strong enough why I want to do this. Now, how do I do it? Okay. As I started thinking and I started, mulling it over and writing it down, I said, you know what? This is going to work. I'm going to take a mutual fund approach and I'm going to have an investment strategy to every vehicle online. So I approach them as an individual site, like a Microsoft, a Walmart, a Dell, even a Facebook that's public, a Google that's public. So when I was looking at stocks, I always looked at the fundamentals of the business. Not what the stock is trading at, what the business is doing. So by taking that approach, I said, okay, there's 3 things out there on the internet right now. You got targeting, you got marketing, advertising, and what they call conversion. I call it sales. So what I've learned, a lot of people try to brand their business by going on social media without a strategy, and they're paying other people to do that. So I said, I'm not going to make that mistake, because it usually takes about 1 year or 2 years in my studies to make money online. I said, I'm not going to wait 1 year or 2 years. I'm going to solve this problem now. So one of the things I said, you know what? I'm not going to take the sheep mentality. I'm going to use my investment strategy and I believe it'll work. Well, I tried it. I got involved in social media and I absolutely love it. I really do. And I love it for 2 reasons. One, I could be creative. But number 2, I could really solve problems. So there's a lot of people out there I know spending thousands of dollars, spending time, money, and energy, and not getting the results. I'm here to tell you, you do now have a solution. It's just a matter of you taking action. And I will say to those who are listening, I'm not looking for 100 phone calls a day or even 100 phone calls a week. To be honest with you, I cherry pick 5 to 6 clients every 2 months. So here's what I do. I called it and I named my strategy social media investment strategy. Now, for me personally, whenever I make an investment, I want a return on my investment, right? Does that make sense? Whether it's capital, whether it's time, when I'm, spending time on something, I'm using my mental capital. I got to make sure that what I'm thinking is right. And the only way you can think right is you got to keep it truthful. You got to keep it honest. Because at the end of the day, there's one person or one powerful being that I answer to, and that's God the Almighty. He has blessed me with talent, and I want to use that talent to help the right people be successful with their business by changing the way they invest online. And it's not that difficult. I'm telling you, it's the fundamental. So I focus on the exit strategy. In stocks, it's called exit strategy. For me, it's called sales. So, by taking a mutual fund approach through the social media investment strategy, here's what's going to happen. And I'm going to take some of my notes here because there's some things that I forgot. So here's what's happening. I believe that, I have a unique situation. And when I look at the competition, I say, what do they have that I don't have? Well, they got mass money, they got a whole bunch of teams. I said, but what do I have that they don't have? I'm willing to work harder and smarter than anybody else. But more importantly, you have to be able to be convincing and have a conviction in why you believe that you can help a client. Because at the end of the day, I'm a customer just like the other person I'm talking with. So I'm going to give them everything that I have and let them see the value. And when they decide to do what they're going to do, they're going to benefit from it. So I like to introduce myself and let people know that when they see me, they at least know what I'm about. Because there's a lot of wrong things out there on social media, and if you're not careful, well, I'm sure you've all experienced, or a majority of experienced it, you get the wrong thing. So here's what I will say. If you're tired and frustrated with your online presence, and you're not relevant, and your ranking is off, there's some fundamental things that I won't go into right now that you may not be aware about. Okay? But I will say this. If you're looking to change the way you invest online, and you want to get that traffic, I have what they call target trafficking, or target traffic. Number two is you get to control or determine your conversion ratio. Number three, obviously if you convert, you're going to get sales, right? So you get to estimate and you get to dictate in real numbers your increase in annual revenues. And through my system, you're looking at a worst case potential of 30% increase in annual revenue. So think about this. If you're generating $1 million a year in sales and you increase it by 30% by changing to some simple things, that's $300,000 in additional revenues. Here's a question you need to ask yourself. If you know you can generate an extra $300,000 and it will, let's say cost you $30,000, would you invest $30,000 into your business if you know that you have control to generate an extra $300,000? There's only one answer to that. By increasing your revenue and converting new business, guess what you control? You control your monthly cash flow. By controlling and determining your monthly cash flow, guess what happens? You determine your return on investment, whether it's 2 times return, 3 times return, whatever the case may be. That's what it's all about. But none of that is possible unless you do one thing. Actually, 2 things. Number one, you have to be determined to make the changes. There's a thing called aversion therapy. And what aversion therapy means is you're doing the same thing over and over. You get so tired of it that you decide to say, hell with it, I'm going to make that change. I did that. So, you determine your return on investment. So the 2 things that need to take place is number one, call to action. Number 2 is you have to be ready for the change. And so with that in mind, I want to thank everyone out there. I hope this has been helpful. I just want you to know out there, you're getting what you see is what you get. There's no hidden agendas. Like I said, I'm a small business owner, but I know what it takes. I've dealt with all types of clients. There's no difference between $1 million and $100 million. That's just zeros to me. The process is what matters. And as a person investing online, what matters is the sales, the conversion. So focus on the target, focus on generating the sale, and then the advertising marketing will be minimal. You don't have to do as much marketing and advertising because you will be doing targeting. That's how simple this really is. So if any of you are interested and are serious and committed, then here's my number. My number is 702, that's my office number, 702-426-5962. Or my my voicemail box, which is 702-625-1613. If you leave a message, I promise you two things. Number one, I'll return your call within 24 hours. And number two, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You can also reach me via email at Cruz at cruzbusinesssolutions.com. If you want to find me on Facebook, you can find me at Facebook at Paul Cruz 234. The same thing with Instagram at Paul Cruz 234. For those of you who watch this video, I hope it's been helpful. I hope it inspired you and encouraged you. But more importantly, I hope it encouraged you enough to take a call to action and start making money on social media. Have a great night. Bye.